All right, good day to you. Math is everywhere, and today we're going to talk about converting decimals to fractions. Our topic is going to be how to take a number that's in decimal form and turn it into fraction form. We've been talking about rational numbers, which are written like fractions, and we need to take a little look at decimals. Let's remember that decimals work with decimal spots, with decimal places. There's different digits, there's different place values. You probably remember the tens and the ones spot. You probably remember this one's the hundreds, this one's the thousands, and we could keep on going and getting bigger to the 10,000s and the 100,000s, etc., etc. But what's really important for today's lesson is to remember the ones over here on the right, like the tenths spot, the hundredths spot, and the thousandths spot, all the ones with the THs at the end. You could again keep going and going further to the right to the 10,000ths and the 100,000ths, but if you can remember tenths, hundredths, and thousandths for today's lesson, that's pretty much going to get you where you need to go. All right, so to turn a decimal into a fraction, you're going to take that knowledge and just use it to make a fraction. So here we have 9/10. How do I know it's 9/10? Because the digit 9 is in the tenths spot. So you actually know what the fraction is just by saying the name of this number. It's 9/10. So it's 9/10. We just turned a decimal into a fraction just by talking it out. Pretty easy. The rule here is to change a decimal to a fraction, you're going to use tenths or a hundredths if it goes to the hundredth spot, or a thousandths if it goes to the thousandth spot, etc., etc., etc. So let's see, you have 0.8. That's 8/10. So easy stuff. 8/10 is a fraction. Of course, the only thing you have to be careful of here is you don't leave it as 8/10. Why not? Well, 8/10 can be simplified. You can divide the top and the bottom by 2 and reduce it to 4/5. Okay, what if your decimal is longer? What if there are digits in the tenths and the hundredths? Well, you're going to go to the farthest decimal spot, which in this case is the hundredths, and we're going to say that there are 73 hundredths here. Okay, 0.73, 73 hundredths. And since you can't simplify it, we're just going to leave it as 73 over 100, 73 hundredths, just like the decimal says. What if you have 44 hundredths? Then you have 44 hundredths. Pretty tricky. Okay, again, make sure you reduce if you can. Can you divide both of these by 2? Yeah, but you could even divide them both by 4, and you could make that 11/25. Can you get even crazier and wilder and go to the thousandths place? Sure, if you had 0.899, that's 899 thousandths, or 899 out of 1,000. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let's look at another example. If you have 0.65 and you're going to convert it to a fraction, what would you have? The answer is 13/20. Wait a second. There's no 13. There's no 20 in that problem. How the heck did we get 13/20? Here's how. 0.65 is 65 hundredths, but you can reduce this one by dividing the top by 5, dividing the bottom by 5, and voila, you have 13/20. Here's your first practice problem. Convert 0.3 to a fraction. And here's your second practice problem. Convert 0.25 to a fraction. Hint, make sure your fractions are in simplest form. That's it for today. Pretty short lesson, quick, easy. Converting decimals into fractions is pretty simple. Just talk it out and say the name of the decimal using tenths, hundredths, thousandths, etc., and you're ready to go. Adios, amigos.